Okay, sprockets and fuel. This just came into my mind when I was making that front sprocket test video. So I would like to test that. Can you save fuel with different sprockets, and how much is it worth it, or what happens? So I have always make a note when I going to petrol station, since I got that Yamaha. So I got all written down here. So it almost I just calculate them and let's see how that goes. I hope I have all my notes here. Believe so. So I was starting the last driving season with standard sprockets 1648, and I was driving with those 2,979 kilometers, and that required 133.7 liters of fuel. So when we calculate that makes 4.4 liter per 100 kilometers. Next I was replacing the front sprocket with 15, and with that combination I was driving 484 kilometers, and that needed 24 liters of fuel. So that makes 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers. So it's a bit more. Next combination was 17 front and the same 48 back, and I was driving with those sprockets 238 kilometers, and that needed 10 liters of fuel, and that makes 4.2 liters per 100 kilometers. So these 1548 and 1748, there are not very much kilometers, so you should have more before you can compare them, but it makes sense. Smaller in the front raises your revs, so obviously it raises the fuel consumption too. And the next I was trying to find the smallest rear sprocket I could find, and the smallest one was 43. There might be smaller somewhere, but that was what I found. So rest of the season I was driving with that combination, 70 front, 43 in the rear, and it was 3,511 kilometers, and that needed 145.5 liters of fuel, and that makes 4.1 liters per 100 kilometers. So if we only look at those numbers and nothing else, you can say that yes, you can save fuel, and that's it. But how much? So average gas price in my country is about 1.8 euros per liter. So if we take that that is 0.1 liter is obviously 80 cents. So standard sprockets cost €7 and 92 cents per 100 kilometers. And 1548 sprockets, then it cost €8.82 per 100 kilometers. 1748, then it makes €7.56 per 100 kilometers. And finally 17 in front, 43 in rear, that cost €7.38 per 100 kilometers. So we are talking pennies here. And if we take standard sprockets, and let's say that's a cost is 0, so and compare these other sprockets to that makes that 1548 cost you 90 cents more for each 100 kilometers. And if you got 1748, then you save 36 cents per 100 kilometers. And finally 1743 sprockets, you save 54 cents for each 100 kilometers. So it's very little what you can save. If we take one example, this is the cheapest beer here in my country. This cost €1 each, 1.06 I think it was last time, but let's call it, it's €1. So if you have 1548 sprockets, each 100 kilometers you are driving, you are, if you can say, lose one beer. Okay, but if you try to save this with those 1743, if we put that combination, 43 in back, 17 in front, it saves you 54 cents for each 100 kilometers. So after 200 kilometers you have earned one beer. So there's no point. And also with these sprockets, the performance of that bike Yamaha, it's really bad. It's if you have standard sprockets and you driving like 100 kilometers per hour, and you like to pass someone, then you just twist the handle and that's it. You don't have to step down or anything like that. It goes just fine. But if you got this combination, you have to step down at least 2, maybe 3 gears, and then wide open, and it finally something happens. It's really slow with this, because there are not enough power for that engine. So that's it. Don't test this, because it's you can't save that much money that it would makes any difference. So like this, and also the front sprocket test what I was doing. In standard sprockets are best. They knowing the factory, they have calculated this, and you should use them. They are the best combination. But it was fun to test this, how much you can save, and it's almost zero. Don't bother. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and thumbs up if you like, and sub the channel too.